This is ESPN on ABC.
Welcome to the PLL on ESPN, powered by Ticketmaster. Today, the Washington Monument and the entire District of Columbia serving as the backdrop for our semifinal action in the PLL. The Cash App Trophy on the line. Waterdogs and Whipsnakes. It's Michael Sowers. It's Matt Rambo. The superstars are here at Audi Field in Washington, D.C. This is a team, the Waterdogs. They will fire it from distance, not afraid to shoot from beyond that two-point arc. Sowers, look at the speed and quickness. Had his defender hung up, trying to roll back and scores!
Great early start there for the Waterdogs. You wondered, did the Whipsnakes have somebody that can match up with Sowers' quickness? Instead, he uses the physicality to gain some leverage there.
Michael, you happen to be the quickest player in the league for my money. Against this Whipsnake defense, what's the recipe in terms of getting your dodging game going?
You know, they're so buttoned out with their system. Sometimes you just, have to put your head down, make a play one-on-one, and was fortunate enough to do it there.
Thank you, Michael.
Sun Clarella powering athletes under the helmet all weekend long.
Now, on the end line, I thought Dunn was closer to the spot of the ball there.
Sowers, look at the quickness, and he gets his second of the game.
They don't have a guy that can keep up with his quickness. 8 points, Clark, in 2 games this season. He's already got 2 today.
100%. You know what the scary thing, too, is? He's dodging in tight quarters. So as he goes to the cage right now, both goals are right by the crease area. Michael Sowers, outside in terms of space, is the most dangerous player in the league with his quickness. He's beating them at the goal line, a contact spot.
Well, here you can see he launches before goal line extended. So he actually launches before he gets to the goal, increases his angle, and while he's in flight, he's able to execute multiple fakes before dunking it.
He should flex. He's about 5'9", 170, and he's beating a big, strong Whipsnakes defense.
We were at practice yesterday, and the Waterdogs, they want to force their chest to the end lines. They want to get the ball through X, because that is not supposed to happen.
Good call on that, Dana, and that did just happen. Whipsnakes on the board.
They want it to go to X because of the wing presence of Matt Rambo on the left and Zed Rambo on the right. So Zed Williams and Matt Rambo give you a combination from a physicality perspective that they could beat double teams, fight through contact, and find the inside seams. Rambo the lefty, Williams the righty, Whips are on the board.
Expect them to go at him, number 59 in purple behind the cage.
There's Conrad, Sue still on. Beaten easily by Chanenchuk, and he beats Ward.
You talk about the high crease. He got burned, RB.
You got to move the goalie. So if a guy's going to come out, you got to run past that, throw a kind of a hitch fake to get him off his line. I talked about Schlosser getting trapped. Chanenchuk goes right at Conrad. You can see Ward, he's at the crease. So super high arc, this extra step, so that way he can reach his stick around the goalkeeper.
There's 2 ways you beat a goalie who plays a high crease.
For extremity for the rest of the game, they got to further evaluate him, but he will not be back on the field this afternoon.
We saw him getting iced up. There's a shot and goal by Whipsnakes. That's Connor Kurst. Scored plenty of goals in his college days at Rutgers. Now he finds the back of the net here as a defensive midfielder for the Snakes.
They moved him to short stick D-midi so they could get out and get a little bit more juice in their transition game. You can see as they push the ball down, Kirsch is going to flash the middle right there. That little cut exposes the weak spot in the defense. Kind of sits down, good catch, changes planes there, going low to high on Ward. Tried to react, but too much on it.
The beauty of having a player like Connor Kurst, you talk about flexibility within a lineup. This is flexibility. He was a big-time goal scorer in 2021 for Rutgers. A guy that loved to hit the back of the net. He's athletic enough to play defense, but stay on offensively to give you that exact scenario.
Kelly got back to his right hand. Here's Sowers back in the game. Look at that tough angle. Sly, how he came up up from goal line extended, almost deking that Whipsnake defense. Puts in the back of the net. He's got a hat trick already.
And incredible patience on this. You're going to see him catch the ball after a little bit of a defensive rotation. Head up, so they're looking, okay, he's a feeder. Nope, I'm going to just bury this.
Michael, another beautiful low-angle goal, but first tell us about your health. Why did you have to leave the field earlier?
Tweaked my hammy a little bit, something that I've been dealing with for the last couple of weeks, but, you know, it's playoff lacrosse, win or go home, so, you know, we got a great training staff that helps me get ready and yeah, do what I can to help us get a win.
All three of your goals, low-angle shots. Where are the seams in this defense?
You know, I think they hedge up off the base, so when we kick it forward like that, we usually have an advantage out the backside, and they haven't been coming. They kind of bait us into taking those low-angle shots, so that's where we're going to have to make our money if we're going to score here.
Over to Cole. Behind his head, quickly in front, goal!
32, the inside man, Jay Carlson. Been in and out of the lineup. Sometimes they try to find more of a dodging presence. Don't underestimate a guy who owns the inside. Like a basketball player in the paint. You feed him inside, he makes it rain. Zed Williams, Jay Carlson. The Whips have 2 PLL championships under their belt. They're looking for a third. The Waterdogs giving them everything they got.
Angle.
Walker. Oh, hits the far corner.
Hammer time, Ryan.
Wow. And this starts with the Dylan Ward save. You know, can the Waterdogs get out in transition? How do you do that? Cause turnovers and clean saves. Didn't love the decision by Earhart, and on one end, Dylan Ward comes up with this big stop on the 2. That allows the Waterdogs to get out and run. You can see Ethan Walker, sharp angle there, and he nails the corner.
We talk about the high crease of Dylan Ward, how he takes a couple steps out. That's where you benefit from the high crease. And if you talk to Andy Copeland, the head coach of the Waterdogs, they want to run.
Knock it away by Earhart. Connor Kelly, another Maryland Terrapin, this time in purple.
They've got numbers here if they want to run. They've got numbers.
Earhart's near side. Bernhardt shoots, scores! Well, his brother playing football will be happy to hear the news that his brother has found the back of the net in this semifinal game.
Credit Bernhardt for pushing the ball in transition. There's also the gravity that Earhart brings. You're going to see as Bernhardt goes upfield, no one stops ball because they're worried about Earhart kind of floating behind the scenes.
Spot on, and you have to be, because Earhart has the 4th most points for a defensive player in the league, and he's a threat from 20 yards out with a 6-foot pole. So they decide, the Waterdogs, to say Earhart's more of the threat than the guy with the ball, and he makes him pay.
Oh my God, yeah, because the rest of them are there.
Whipsnakes have won 2 of the first 3 championships in the history of the PLL. Waterdogs looking for their first. After they were regular season champions last year and then ousted in the playoffs. Said he'll take a jump shot and score. A lot of power behind that shot.
That's what 6'3", 240 pounds looks like.
This is signature Whipsnakes offense. You're going to get this dodge down the side, freeze it right here on this reversal. I want you to focus in on Jay Carlson. He's right here. He's going to come over and set a pick. So as this ball swings across to Williams, he's going to then catch and quickly re-attack. So they love swinging it across. Here's this slam pick by Carlson. That gets the matchup they want. Late recovery there by DiNapoli. Williams gets upfield.
He just shows you the strength.
8 had been caused. That, to your point about the double teams coming. Meanwhile, Whipsnakes, bulk of theirs weren't caused to just sloppy play.
Easier to clean up.
Here we go in the second half. Opportunity that time for Withers. Can't get the draw, but a quick goal. 8 seconds in card.
I tweeted last week, there's not a more well-rounded midfielder on the planet than that guy right there, Zach Currier. He does everything. He can play man down, he can play defense, wings on faceoffs. And if you give him opportunities in transition, off of ground balls, he's exceptional in terms of playing in traffic and with contact. There he gets the ground ball. He's the best non-face-off ground ball player in the league, and that's where he can capitalize, Ryan.
And I like the adjustment the Waterdogs have made. They're putting him on the draw side with Warner, the other short stick. The bulk of the first half, he was matched up head-to-head with Earhart. So that's Rambo.
Yeah, Rambo coming back on with a fresh stick, and he scores! Fresh stick, fresh legs, fresh stick.
Fresh stick, fresh legs, brute force. Total gamer. Loves the bright lights of the playoffs, Ryan. Matt Rambo built for these moments.
It didn't take him long once he got back on the field. Good identification by Whipsnakes. Get the ball to Rambo. He goes underneath, a little pick by Reed to help him gain leverage, and then he takes off. He's on the board, and they got things cooking.
Try and get a feel for how that water on the slick surface of the turf would affect those low shots. Walker. Oh, he doesn't need a low shot. Just rips it by Burnlord.
About 3 years ago, I went out to Denver to spend time with Ethan Walker. The main focus was his shooting because it's a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and this is a beautiful read. Here's the defender that's going to get kind of caught up as Jack Hanna goes to the cage. They're going to get a skip pass through the defense and then a rotation. So you see that skip pass right here by Hanna, the rotation, and there's just nothing behind the play. Beautiful identification there by McCardle after catching that pass, realizing he's got one more to Walker, who has just gorgeous placement on that shot.
His wrists are a thing of beauty, and if you look at his goal in the second quarter from that same release point, he went high. This time he went mid-cage.
Has the ball in his cross right now. Sowers now back at X, but Conrad gets free and scores.
3 goals in the big upset win against the Atlas. Quiet in the first half. Your star, Michael Sowers, nursing the hamstring, Ryan. It's time to step up.
And he goes to the invert. He goes behind the cage. This is something we've seen more and more from the Waterdogs offensively, and he just wins the one-on-one matchup against Warner. You know, Conrad is such an incredible athlete. He runs through that stick check and hold, and Whipsnakes just aren't organized behind the play to support. They trust Warner on ball here.
Yeah, Warner's one of the best short stick defensive midfielders in the world, but Conrad, an elite athlete. Look at the placement on a lefty goalie hitting that near pipe. A defense off the ball, helping teammates in terms of facilitating spatial awareness. Michael Sowers, jack of all trades.
Rambo, look at that goal!
He uses a slam pick, another pick by Jay Carlson, a long goal line extended. Waterdogs try to navigate through it, but on the switch, are we switching, are we not? He gains leverage on Randall and somehow whips his body around to put enough steam behind it.
Took a slash too right at the end of it. Still was able to beat Ward. Top looking to dodge. On Dunn. Dunn forces him behind the cage, but that leaves an open player. And it's Kieran McCardle on the far side.
I call him a jack of all trades because Dana Boyle mentioned he can occupy the space inside as a finisher off ball. You know about his dodging and scoring ability with 3 goals in the first half. This is a next level pass, Ryan.
And this is beautiful. Sowers is going to go underneath, and what you're going to get is a little slide here, and then McCardle drifts upfield, and then Sowers leads him to that spot. So beautiful dodge by Sowers, identification, that little hedge or help by Young, and McCardle cuts right behind the play. Incredible two-man action between those two dynamos.
Bryce Young, 41 in red, should not have hedged. Matt Dunn wasn't beat. He created offense by hedging early.
Earhart wins the battle for the loose ball.
And what I love about that dodge by Sowers, like high reward, low risk, right? He's just probing to see if he can gain any sort of advantage, and Young just affords that.
Zed uses that power and strength. Give the Whips the lead back.
You have two immovable forces on the Whipsnakes. On the left side, you have Matt Rambo. What did he do on his last goal? Shot through pressure. Well, the right-handed version of this is Zed Williams. He's 6'3", 240 pounds, built of steel. Just runs through checks like it's nobody's business. And if you don't show there and contest the shot, that's just too easy.
And it's another pick set by Jay Carlson. So you're seeing the impact of Carlson, even though it's not on the stat sheet, taking that short stick and setting picks for his running mates. Here it comes again.
Same play that he scored just moments ago. Now he passes back up top. Extra pass. Score! Brad Smith getting involved.
And it's set up by Rambo. He scores on the previous dodge, so you've got to respect it. You've got to support. And this is when he says hitting singles, this is what it means. He's going to draw the double team, and instead of making the home run play, he just makes the easy adjacent pass.
Matt, why are you built for these moments? I've been watching you play a long time.
We're just hitting singles. My boys are helping us out. Our defense is crushing it. We're fucking ready.
When you weren't hitting singles, you were creating offense on your own. Where are you finding those seams matchup-wise one-on-one?
We're throwing a pick behind with a shorty. And let's go. We're getting a matchup. They're doubling there. Double. We got someone open. Move the ball, hitting singles.
Probably the new stick you picked up when you broke the other one.
It was a shaft.
Just trying to get free. He can fire from a long way out. Leads the league in 2-point goals. Instead, he passes at goal line extended. And the Waterdogs get one back.
What a pass. When you're a stretch shooter in any sport, a Steph Curry, a guy who can drop it from deep, all the attention comes to the top side of the field in the off.
And support as the second slide on the interior. He got a stick check on Carlson to disrupt that a little bit.
Progressive game flow. Witcher scores! How about that for defensive midfield depth? Get a goal from number 33.
Probably the last guy on this field, if you had to make a bet, would score this goal.
But he has had timely moments like this in the past, but the short answer is yes. With everybody around the field, who do I have to pay attention to? Who do I have to worry about? This guy's last on the drop-down menu. He knows that. He just takes Smith to the middle of the cage. Squires actually comes to slide. Waterdogs were substituting behind the play. This is one of those, no, yes!
The reaction. It's the summer of 2022, and we're tied late in the fourth quarter for another PLL Classic.
Ryan Conrad as we tick under 2 minutes. Working on Bernhardt. Two collide, not once but twice. Bernhardt dumps him, no call. Kelly. On a short stick himself, that's Warner. Tough angle though, Warner doing a great job. Great catch behind the cage. Shot score! Ricardo!
Wow! Schlosser fields it. Waterdog Nation rise.
And it's all set up by the lone Terp, Connor Kelly. On the Waterdogs, he's able to draw a double team, makes the easy pass in front to Walker. Great handle and look back to McCardle, who buries it, and he has never made the championship game, and you can sense that he feels this.
The story for me in the fourth quarter. The league's leading 2-point man, Connor Kelly, became a passer in this fourth quarter. 2 incredible passes have dictated their success offensively. Expect them to pick for him to get the ball.
Shannonchuk now setting a pick. Shannonchuk might have to let it rip. He does. Wide. Stays with Whipsnakes. 2.6. They're going to have to go quickly. Inside. Can't get it to go. And the Waterdogs get the W in advance to next Sunday's PLL Championship game in Philadelphia. For the first time in league history, the Whipsnakes will not be playing for the title.
Whipsnakes tried to set up something for Rambo. They kind of picked off ball for him. He came around, thought they had him for a split second. The timing might have been a little bit off there.
The Whips have been the standard in this league. The Waterdogs take down the Giant. And I don't care where Matt Rambo is on the field. With 11 seconds left, I want the ball in his stick. He's a playmaker. For him not to touch the ball in that last possession, it feels empty to me.
It's always kind of a philosophical debate. Do you start the ball with your best player in his stick, or do you try to get him the ball after some initial action?
You're only guaranteed to give him the ball with 11 seconds left in the game if he starts with the ball.